Well, we start here this morning. The body of IFP founder and President Emeritus Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi will be taken to his hometown of Mahlabathini in northern KwaZulu-Natal today, ahead of his funeral tomorrow. Prince Buthelezi died last week at the age of 95. He will be laid to rest in a Category 1 special official funeral. SABC News reporter Ayanda Mhlongo is live for us in Ulundi with the latest. Ayanda, a good morning to you. I mean, what are those preparations really starting to look like as we edge closer to that funeral taking place tomorrow?
Naledi, good morning to you and good morning to our viewers. Yes, certainly it's going to be a very long and busy day here at Ulundi, as you said there, where today we are expecting hundreds, if not thousands of people as well, Naledi, to come and converge or descend on the town of Ulundi. We understand that scores of people later on will be lining the streets, as today, of course, the body of the late founder of the IFP and President Emeritus, Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi, will be taken home. We're just standing outside, and let me just quickly slide out of shot here. Naledi, we are outside Icebo Letu mortuary, and this is the funeral parlor where the body of Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi has been kept, of course, since Saturday when he passed away. And so just to give our viewers what is going to happen here today, of course, I said this important day, as his family and the Amabuto, the Zulu regiments, will be taking his body from this mortuary, and he will be making his final journey home. We understand from a briefing that we got yesterday from the IFP in terms of the processes that will be followed today. The funeral cortege will leave here at around midday. We have not yet been given an exact time, Naledi, but what will happen is that, of course, the family will come here later on today to prepare the body. Amabuto then will receive Nkosi Mangosuthu Buthelezi's body, and they will then accompany him home. Now, because it's a long way home, we're about 10 kilometers, Naledi, outside of Mahlabathini village and the KwaPhindangene residents, and I can tell you that it is already quite hot today, and we're expecting the temperatures to go even higher. So the consideration for the heat and the long journey that that will be taken is that Amabuto are going to then be divided into groups. The first group is going to then come here to receive the body. They will then accompany Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi for about 3 to 4 kilometers, where a second group of Amabuto will then receive him and continue along the journey. And so that is how they're going to be doing it, and just so that people are not out in the sun for the entire day. And as I said, also importantly, is that members of the public, supporters of the IFP, are going to be coming out in numbers, and we are expecting that people are going to be lining the streets from here at just outside the Letu funeral parlor all the way to the KwaPhindangene home. And now let me introduce my guest, who's the CEO of Letu Funerals, Nomfundo Zondo. I beg your pardon, Zondo. Nomfundo, thank you so much for your time. And I think South Africans might have forgotten that it was your company that also was responsible for the funeral of His late Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini. And so once again, the Buthelezi family has entrusted your company with the responsibility of taking care of their father.
Yes, indeed, it is a very, very big responsibility that we've been entrusted with. But as a brand, we are capable, and we are really, really honored to be given this chance again, knowing that, as you know, that the Icebolet is only 13 years old, and it is female-owned and worse by a black woman. I mean, to have such a task, honestly, I feel really, very, very honored.
Speak to us about, and I know we spoke to you on the day that His late Majesty King Goodwill Zwelithini was interred. In terms of the processes, so to speak to us on Saturday, we saw your team arriving at the family home, collecting the body. Just take us through what has happened over the week and what we're expecting in terms of your responsibilities today.
We have followed the same process we did with the silo. We vacated the whole mortuary. It was cleaned, emptied and cleaned, so that he can just be on his own in the mortuary. We have extra security, as you can see, that is guarding the mortuary 24 hours, making sure that it is safe. We've done everything the same way we've done with the silo. Even the same gentleman, an old man from our company, Ubaba Umalinga, who carried the silo, is the one who will be carrying umntwana wakophindangene. And also even the same hearse we're using the same hearse that we use for the silo for him. We just felt he needs to be honored and given that dignity he deserves.
Also, I know that obviously has been honored with an official funeral. A special official funeral category 1. So government is also going to be playing a role, but also very importantly, and what we saw with the late king as well, the inclusion, importantly so, of Amabuto, the Zulu regiment. And we have been told again that they are going to be here today. And so your team has been working with them to ensure that while you are able to confirm your duties with the government, but that they're also allowed that space to be also able to do their rituals and what is necessary because of
All right, so some difficulty there with that feed to Ayanda Mhlongo, some frozen visuals. Let's take you back there. That feed should be back now.
Amabutho bayahlonipha. Inhlonipho in the Zulu nation is something that we pride ourselves with. They've never given us any problems. We know what needs to be done. Procedures have been put together of how everything is going to happen from the time they fetch him from the mortuary till he gets home, from home till tomorrow, until the burial at KwaPhindangene as well. I'm very happy that we don't have any issues. Everything is smooth.
And again, just lastly, for the burial tomorrow, everything is also preparations are underway for that.
Yes, we are ready as Icebole to do everything that the family has requested, because he has a family. As much as he was a leader of a party, he was a politician, but we have to honor what the family wanted. Definitely, we are doing everything that the family wanted, from choosing the casket, from choosing the setup, how everything that needed to be done, the procedures we needed to do on him, dressing him up, everything we did according to what the family needed, and we are so ready to take him home and also take him to the stadium tomorrow and take him to the cemetery tomorrow at KwaPhindangene.
Thank you so much for your time. Nomfundo Zondo, the CEO of Icebole Funerals. Of course, they have been entrusted with the funeral arrangements to lay Prince Mangosuthu Buthelezi's to rest. And as we're saying there, Naledi, she's saying that it's all preparations have been done and they are now ready. Today, as we said, it's a really important day ahead of the burial, and as I've said, we are expecting in about an hour or so that Amabuto will be making their way here, and later on will then be joined by the family around lunchtime. Towards the early afternoon, they will then be taking Prince Mangosuthu's body home. Importantly, in terms of tradition, Naledi, the body has to get home before the sun sets. So while it is going to be a slow procession, but they are going to be keeping that in mind, that the body will have to get home before the sunset. And of course, also in terms of government and the preparations, we were at the stadium yesterday. We spoke to the Minister of Police, who said from a security standpoint, they are ready as well, securing the venue, but also additional police have also been deployed to the area of Ulundi, as we're anticipating thousands of people. The venue for the funeral accommodates about 15,000 people. There is an overflow overflow of about 10,000. But the authorities or the officials here are cognizant of the fact that those numbers could rise, and so there are plans for additional overflow venues as well that are going to be arranged to accommodate everybody that is expected to attend the funeral. Of course, the SABC news team is here on the ground and will have you covered from here as Prince Mangosuthu's body is taken away all the way to the home at Kwapinda Ngene residence. The SABC news team will have our viewers covered throughout the course of the day. Back to you, Naledi.
We certainly will. Ayanda, thank you so much for that update. Ayanda Mhlongo speaking to us there from KwaZulu-Natal.